Page 104. Give my regards to Broadway. In this lesson, they're introducing you to cut time. Last lesson, we got common time was the C. It stood for 4/4. Well, cut time is a C with a line through it. Let's cut it. And it stands for 2/2. Won't this be fun? 2 beats to a measure, but a half note gets a count. Well, if a half note gets a count, that means a quarter note gets half a count. So the quarter notes are counted 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Those are quarter notes. The half notes are 1, 2, 1, 2 half notes. A whole note just gets 2 counts in that case because it's 2 half notes. It can make the rhythm really fun to figure out. Now what I do when I run across a piece in cut time I'm going to learn is I will just pretend that it's in 4/4 time to get it learned, to get the rhythm, because once I have the rhythm I don't count it anymore, I feel the rhythm. And later on when I'm ready to start taking it up to speed and interpreting it, then I'll put it in cut time. So in this lesson I'm going to talk about this as though it's in 4/4 time for a while, and we'll put it in cut time later. They also mentioned we get all 3 accidentals here, sharps, flats, and natural signs. Isn't that wonderful? I'm so excited. Let's look this over. It is about 1.5 pages long. Treble and bass clef, 1 flat in the key signature. That means we're either in the key of F major or D minor, because those are the keys with 1 flat. If you look at the end, you're here. That's an F major chord, because the C is here. It's an F major chord. We're in F major. But go ahead and do the scales for F major and D minor, and go ahead and do the arpeggios, 1 octave up and down for F major and D minor also. I got videos on all the... For the arpeggios, again, it's the tremolo exercise that's the important part of this. And it's only 1 octave. Don't be going further than that right now. You just want to feel for what these arpeggios feel like. And cut time, which I'm going to pretend is 4/4 time for now. Right hand, we're starting here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we have a D flat, just come down. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Now this bit, I use weight to push the notes down. And I'm simply transferring weight from finger to finger. So the weight's on these fingers. I let the wrist up a little bit, and as I lower the wrist, I'm lowering the weight. I simply switch the fingers. So the weight's going down on these. Okay, let's go over to 24. You're here, and you get 1 beat rest. You come up 1 note here. So 25, measure 25. 1, 2, 3, and then reach up a little bit. It's a B flat now. It's in the key signature. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We just changed hand positions again, right there. 1, 2. Now, the last 2 measures. The whole note, I recommend you put a thumb on that. Play it with a thumb. Just scrunch up your thumb. Here. This way, for the last measure, all you're doing is reaching up to the octave. And this, see, that's the hand position for the chord. If you're doing the arpeggio, that's what that is. And so all I'm doing here is we're not using the C. It's in the left hand. It's here. So I'm not moving around. I'm just reaching up here for the last chord, 2, 5. For the left hand, well, we got here. We're sort of in this position. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. During the rest, come down. You just really, the hand isn't moving. You're just reaching down. 1, because I want to be in this position. And if your hand doesn't fit up in here, you got to do that, but you're going to have a problem. You got to do that here. So if possible, use the fingering in the book here. And then it's measure 5. It's an F B flat here or here, whichever. And then measure 7 here. Well, again, we got this going on. That's just tricky. Again, I use weight to push the notes down, and all I'm doing is just lowering the weight and changing the fingers. So it's here, first it's here, and then I raise the wrist up. As I lower the wrist, I lower the weight, and I simply switch fingers. So the weight's pushing the notes down, not the fingers. fingers just happen to be where the weight is, that's all. Now, measure 9, you're here. During the rest, on measure 10, come down a little bit. Then once you come down here, we're getting ready for what's coming. So you need the B natural, because otherwise it'd be a B flat, because of the flatness key signature. And then measure 13. Well, spell out the chord if you're not sure what it is. It's a G, a B natural, and an F. Here. Actually, the whole chord is this. There's 4 notes in it. We're just not using the D. And I recommend a 4th finger on the B natural, not a 3rd. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. During the rest, you just come up. Just go ahead and come up and use 5th finger. You see in measure 15, the finger numbers, they have more than one finger number there. One's in parentheses. Well, they're alternate. You get a choice. I give you lots of choices, but I'm recommending here. They're saying 2 because you're in this position, and 2 would be there. But I'm recommending that you do this. During the rest, just come up and use 5th finger. Just move during the quarter rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, because that's time. We're back to what we were doing. Measure 25. Let's look at this. We have a D, an F sharp, and a C. It's another 7th chord. We're not using all the notes. We're not using the A. We're using that. And I do recommend 4th finger on the F sharp again. So you can use 3rd. Some teachers teach 3rd. I don't. I teach 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember the B flat. It's in the key signature. You don't want to be up in here. You can do that. Use thumb there. I don't know how big your hands are, but the fingering in the book is fine if you can do it. And the measure 25, you get the F chord. And then this chord, in measure 26, the C, E, B flat, that or that, whichever. Again, I don't know how big your hands are. And then the last, just come down. You can, if you want, figure that 5-2. If you don't want to do 5-1, you don't move as far that way. If you do that, you got to go all the way down to here. This way, I'm only moving to here. Then we put the hands together, and at first I'll hesitate. That's fine. I don't care. I just want the hands working together. 2, 3, and these 2. That's by itself. Now here, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of those together, and the lift up. The right hand's tied. Rest. Go to measure 13. We're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the left hand comes up on beat 4. It's a rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1. And on measure 16. That's a half note. You lift up on beat 3. So in the left hand, when I play the D, that's beat 3. I lift up. So those last 2 quarter notes in the left hand are by themselves. Okay. So I go through and I put the hands together, and then I go back over it a few hundred times slowly and work out the hesitations. Look down when you need to, but try and get where you can make these small moves without looking down. Then I think about the articulation. The first part's connected. Even the left hand, they don't give you any. Connect it. Just lift up for the rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now here in measure 4, lift up. That's a new phrase, like taking a breath. Of course, you have to lift up for the rest. That helps too. Then measure 13, we get staccatos in the left hand. I'm flexing at the wrist. They're short staccatos. So here you don't have to worry about lifting up for the rest because the staccato is going to take care of it. But when you first learn it, I connect everything, and so I do lift up for the rest. But here, 1. Accent. E is a little extra. Again, I measure 28. 5 is the same thing. There, measure 230 is staccato, and at the end it is an accent and a staccato. Just a little extra weight, and let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't pound on the piano. And then come on, boom. Okay. So once I have an idea of the articulation, then I do the dynamics, and they apply to the melody, which in this arrangement is the right hand. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte. Whatever you think moderately loud is. This left hand needs to be soft, out of the way. And I'm staying basically there until measure 11 or so. You get the crescendo to go up, going up to loud. I'm staying there. And then I measure 16, come down. Soft here. That makes the left hand very soft. And then measure 25, you go back up to moderately loud. Left hand's still soft. Crescendo up for measure 29. End it loud. That last note's going to be a very loud note because of the accent. Because you're already loud and the accent takes it up. There. Boom. Bounce off the piano. Make it a musical boom though. Don't bang it. No banging, just booming. Then the speed. Well, this is where we put it back in cut time. Want to feel it in 2. The half notes are getting a beat. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. But by now you should have the rhythm down. So you're just speeding it up is really all you're doing. 1, 2, 1, 2. It says fast and bright. That's the overall feel of the piece. It's not always the speed of the beat. We're not talking about 1, 2, 1, 2, there. No, it's the speed of the beat. 1, 2. 1, 2. See, that's more of a moderato feel as far as the beat goes, but the feeling is faster. It's a happy piece. If you were going to sing it, how fast would you sing it? See, so you can use that too. I don't sing in the videos, fortunately. So if you want to sing, you go right ahead. I don't care. I can't hear it. It's up to you. Now, they've added pedal in a few places. You don't really need pedal here. You can do it fine without. But you can experiment with the pedal. Do you want the pedal? If you're going to use pedal, use it for a reason. I mean, they say it's optional. Well, to me, pedal is almost always optional. But let's examine and see what it does to see if we want it or not. Experiment. First, you try it the way it's written. Their suggestions, and then if you want to change it some, you change it some. I have some suggestions too. I always do, almost. Starting at measure 3, because it's fast like this, we almost have to put the pedal down with the notes here. And change the pedal after I play the notes. Here. That's all we're doing is adding the overtones. We don't need the pedal to connect the notes here. We're just adding the overtones. That's all it is. And then they're saying lift it up at measure 5 after you play that note. So it's again. And that's fine if that's the effect you want. If you want to hear the phrase on measure 4, you want to hear silence there, you got to lift the pedal up with the right hand. And in that case, you don't need a pedal then. That's what they're doing. The same thing over measure 19 and 20 and all. It's the same thing. I would lift the pedal up on the 4th beat, or the last quarter note. It's the last half of the 2nd beat, actually, but it's the quarter note on measure 20. Lift the pedal up here, so we get silence there. And at the end, again, here we're loud. We can use pedal here for this. But on measure 30, you gotta lift it up with the staccato to get it. Here, and then put it down with here. And then lift it up as you play the staccato notes. Here, boom, as you play them. So we get staccatos. If you want that effect, go ahead. That's fine. It's a personal thing, it's interpretation. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I'm going to pedal it like they suggested so you get an idea of that, because I think you can hear the notes fine. I'll give us 4 counts because I'm going to take this in 4/4 time because we're going to go slow. We're not performing it, we're just checking notes and rhythms. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 3. 2, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Rest. 3, 4.